This is Cindy Lou, and we are Malibu Essential Oils, and I'm super excited today because this is Leaka Sarr. Leaka Sarr is a childcare expert. She's a professional baby nurse. She's a mom. She's a licensed massage therapist, and you've been using essential oils. Tell us your history with essential oils.
I've been using essential forever. And when I came here, I still use it, but I didn't find anything that was good until I came to you.
We met at the Malibu Farmers Market.
Malibu
Yeah,
Farmers
she had the
Market.
booth next to us doing massage therapy.
And I left my booth and then come to yours and sit there and be like, this is amazing. So since then, I'm here.
Yeah. I remember, and one of the first things you tried was lash grow, oddly enough. So,
and I didn't have any. And now I even
oh
don't
my God, I can really see them.
Yeah,
you didn't even
I don't
mascara
put
on.
mascara or anything. I'm just like,
great. So Leaka's here today because I don't have any kids. I have fur babies, and so she's going to help us with essential oils for childcare and baby care, and for pregnant moms too, right?
yes.
Okay. So let's get started. The first thing that you really want to know about working with babies, pregnant people, even animals, right, is that they're more sensitive.
Yeah, they are really sensitive, and you have to dilute them. You have to dilute the essential oil, so at least you're not gonna have a rash, and it's not gonna be as strong because they get really sensitive when they are pregnant. In children, everything is new. Dogs are more sensitive than humans, so that's why.
And they're about the same size, right? So like our dog who's 50 pounds is a kid size. So it's a good rule of thumb. Not only are they more sensitive, they don't have as much toxicity loaded up in their body, right? Their skin is more sensitive. Yeah. And then our rule of thumb with pregnant moms, when they ask, is it safe for me to use essential oils, is we say, if we treat you like an infant, then it's safe for you, safe for the baby. Yeah. Now you're taking care of a baby that's really young right now.
Yeah, he is going to be 5 months soon. I started from a week when he was born, and he was born having a lot of mucus, so we used the Breathe. So
how did you use it for a baby that young?
I dilute it with the coconut.
Okay.
And
so we have this, which is fractionated coconut oil.
Yeah, I use it, but I use like 10% of the Breathe.
Okay.
And it was like 2 ml of the oil.
Okay, so 2 ml is this size.
Yeah.
So this is a 2 ml, which is our favorite.
5/8 strand.
A 5/8 strand. Yeah, it's a little less than 2 ml.
Yeah.
It's 1.87 or something like that.
Yeah. What I did, I just took, because we have the one that have the roll-on, and I put it a little bit on the spine. Literally less than a minute, he stopped doing. So everything opened up. He was so calm, and he went sleep so deep. So that was the first time I'm like, wow. And I've been looking for something that is natural for children. I don't like to give them a lot of medicine, and it doesn't do anything anyway when you give it to them. So I'm like, what can I find? And when I talk to you, you give me that. When I try it, it was amazing. So whenever he have cold or whenever he's having hard time, that's what I use, and then it helps him.
Right. So when we talk about a 10% dilution, now in international aromatherapy, so Leaka has a little accent. She's actually a native French speaker, right?
Yes.
And your mom, yes, and you're from
Senegal,
but your mother,
Vietnam.
Yeah. Okay. So so we're sisters. She gets the whole Asian thing completely. She even likes the weird peanuts that I make. That she's like, oh, these are like my mom made. Yeah. So when we talk about a 10% dilution, we say that's. Would you do lower than that? Would you do 5%, or would you find that still effective or unnecessary? What do you think about that?
I think even we do lower with this oil, that will be fine because it's such a great product.
Yeah.
that when you use a little bit, it works.
Right.
You don't even need to use a lot. Just one roll down the spine, and that's it.
Now, you might be a little skeptical. Certainly we were. She's not, because she's not from here, right? So your grandmother used essential oils.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up using it there. When I came here, nobody was understanding what I was talking about. I asked people, they're like, what? So I'm like, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Find out. So years later, I found Cindy Lou.
Yeah. My cousin is French.
Yeah.
My cousin is from France, French.
Yeah.
And she came here, and her husband got this terrible cough, and she went running around looking for essential oils. And she was going into drugstore, because they have apothecaries there. So she was going into drugstore saying, where's the essential oil section? And she went, and here's the thing about buying essential oils in stores, right?
Yeah.
It's all said, they were all like $8.99. She's like, okay, that for sure isn't right. The prices should vary based on the oil itself. And currently things are changing, but the way it's been with the FDA is that if it says for topical use only, they are under absolutely no obligation to label honestly. Let's just say they can say 100% pure lavender, organic from Provence, and every word can be a lie. It could be dish soap, right? Yeah. As long as they put on there for topical use only.
One thing I know for sure, because I tried it and I know these oils are, I would not say even 100, 120, I would say, because it's literally you taking the plant, making a bunch of petal or dry plant or whatever, and make a drop off of it. It's how it feels. Then when you go and buy it from the store,
right,
it just feels like you are far from the oil.
Yeah. And now, I'm not saying every brand that's in the stores is not pure or is not diluted in some way or cut with synthetics. Maybe they are great, but you just have no real way of knowing. So what we do is, doTERRA is watchdog by the people that use it, because we know what it's supposed to smell like and taste like. Yeah, you heard that right.
Does, yeah.
So if you want to do a lower dilution, right, the sort of traditional school of aromatherapy says to dilute at 1, 2, and 3%. And for me, it's all about what you're comfortable with. You got to try things. If you want to be cautious, try them at a lower dilution, and then work your way up to the effective dilution amount for you, right? There's a safe amount, and then there's the safe effective amount. And we really try to teach people not to be too American and take a bottle and go plop, plop, plop. Like, that's way too much, right? They don't need all that. No. But maybe you're a 10% person, maybe you're a 5% person. And I tell people, one way of kind of figuring out what your dilution level might be is how spicy do you like your food? Yeah. Right? Yeah. How seasoned do you like your food? How fast do you drive your car? How loud do you listen to your music, right? Yeah. Those are indicators of how you might like things diluted, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but for me, I eat spicy. But literally, if I use any of these oil, I only use 1 drop of a glass of water. Sometimes a jug. Yeah. Because it's so strong.
Yeah, and that's why we love these, right? Because they're so tiny. We haven't done any of this yet. Should we do? You want mint blast, frankincense? Okay. This is double mint blast. It's a little wake me up. Here, you want some? Here. Keep that. Okay. Okay, this one's for grown-ups.
I literally feel my chest opening.
Now, yes, this one's for grown. This is a blend that we make called Double Mint Blast. It's an edible respiratory blend. So you can actually put it like this and breathe it in through your lungs. Now, if you have kids and we use one of those 5/8 drams, all we put on was about 1/4 to 1/2 of a drop, right? What comes out of these large bottles is full-size drops, and sometimes you can't control if you're getting 1 or 2 or 3, right? So the nice thing about the 5/8 strand, which we love to talk about, is how much you can control, how much comes out, and where you put it, right? So if you have a little bug bite and you want to clean it with Melaleuca out of a little kit that you happen to have, right?
Yeah.
You can but just put it right on. And now Melaleuca, something like Melaleuca for kids above the age of like, I would say 5 or 6, I would just do it straight to clean the wound. Yeah?
Yeah, I would totally do it. Or if, for example, is like 2, you can get, if you get, for example, these, you can make another like different size of 2 drops of this and then have those for your young kids.
Yeah.
So you don't need to dilute it each time that you need to use it.
Right, right. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, we're going to put together with Leaka's suggestions a mommy's kit that's going to have roll-ons about this size. These are little 5 mLs. I don't know. Right? These are cute. We're going to do 4 5 mLs, and we're going to dilute them at 10%. And we're going to do 1 for breathing.
Yes.
What are the other ones that you suggest?
I would suggest the On Guard.
Yeah,
traveling.
Antiviral for sure. How do you use that one? If you have this little roll-on, how would you use it?
I would just put on their hands.
Okay, and you said...
And then a little bit here.
Okay.
So any bacteria, when it comes, it just literally stop here. It's not going in.
Yeah.
Those are the things I will do for airplane. And traveling, like when you do 2 hours drive or 1 hour drive, to use, let's say, a lavender to relax them. Yeah. And you can just literally like put it by their car seat, let's say. Yeah. So you're not going to get sleepy. They are the one that's getting sleepy. Yeah. So those are the things that it's a good tip of traveling with all the family I worked for. So yeah. Okay. Good. I would use that.
So we want a breathe blend that helps with respiratory, helps to open up their, you know, if they're having a lot of mucus or coughing even, right? Yeah. And then the On Guard blend that is antiviral. Yeah. Then we want to do a lavender one, like you said, that's relaxing, but also is great for skin.
And great for mom, actually, after birth. Because they get anxiety. Yeah. And the baby will feel that anxiety. Yeah. So if you use it in your house, that help that, the insecurity of it, and it will help your child have a calming environment.
Oh, I'm having an idea. Okay, I'm having an idea. What if we put a couple drops of myrrh, which is for the mother-child bond, also great for skin, right? So if you're wanting to develop that mother-baby bond, that if you both have a little myrrh on, that might be great.
I think it would be really great.
The other one we want to do, so we would have those 3 plus the 4th one we talked about was, no, I can't remember. Oh, digestion. Gassiness, bloatiness. Yeah.
For the milk. For also because when they were in the womb, they were not eating. So their intestine doesn't know what's going on. So using that gonna help also for the digestion to relax and help them digest whatever they are eating. They're not gonna spit up a lot and all of those kind of stuff.
Do you have a question?
I do.
Yeah.
Would that be good for car sickness too?
I think it might.
I think, you know, I actually had, I don't know if you remember, actually, who was I? No, I can't remember who I was talking to. Well, we have so many people, but she used lavender for car sickness for her daughter, and that worked. So that one might work, but also, the blend that we'll make will have ginger, fennel. We'll keep it really, really gentle. Frankincense, probably. That's a nice digestive oil. I mean, frankincense can go in all of them. If your baby hasn't had any frankincense yet, and you're somebody who likes to spoil your baby, I mean, frankincense, myrrh, give that baby little pimp gold chain, and come on, he's up there with the king of kings, right?
And if you put it under on the feet, on the bottom of the feet, that's amazing because it's going to help them also to be grounded.
That's awesome. Frankincense, The other thing that I really like too, and is to dilute. We would dilute it. I do this straight with adults, but I do 1 drop of helichrysum on the belly button because that is the original wound, isn't it?
Yeah. Anything that you want to go deeper, you do it in the belly button.
Okay.
Because it's where life starts.
Yeah.
And it's where you guys connected. So whatever he feels, you feel. Whatever you feel, the baby feel.
But when they cut it or when it breaks off, naturally, that is the first time that something on them is sort of broken, you know?
Yeah, because it's when it detaches, and that detach is also not easy for either of you, both the mom and the baby.
Yeah.
But having that going to help ease it and also be more calming and help them.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
The other one that I really, really love is Correctex. Leaka's new to this. She hasn't seen this yet. But she tried it. Yeah. What did you think of that?
I really like it. It doesn't stay, and it doesn't have no residue to your skin.
Great. Yeah, this is an ointment that we use instead of other ointments that you can buy over the counter for cuts and burns and scrapes and rashes.
Yeah.
Right? So what did you say the carriers were in this?
There's jojoba. There's a bunch of them. There's about like 5 of them.
Okay,
but a lot of seed oils.
Okay, non-petroleum based, which is really, really great. So the less toxicity, obviously, that we can use, the better.
The better.
Yeah. This is cooling mist, right? So this could be a good, this is nicely diluted as well. And this can be used for, what were you saying before?
I will use this in the house, in the room, or by their bed before they go to sleep. And even sometimes, like, when you want to just have a cocoon kind of feeling, you can just close your door and do it with the baby.
Yeah.
And then just have that calming moment for you guys to bond.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you have, you say your mom has a diffuser, right?
Yeah.
So this is a cold water sonic diffuser. It's not plugged in. Obviously, it has a plug, right? And what you want if you're going to diffuse is to fill it with just regular water. And then what oils have you put in there?
I use the Breathe, and I use the lavender.
How many drops?
I use like 2 drops.
Okay.
Like
2 full size drops.
Yeah, the big one I have, not the small one. And it goes all night. Like, it's literally stay the whole night in the room, and he is like out.
Right. That's
literally,
what we want.
he sleeps all through the night now.
Yeah.
So.
And the other thing about the cooling mist too, and we hear stories about pure peppermint, is it's a great fever reducer. We use this to keep our dog from overheating. I've used it when I've had a fever or feeling flashy, right? But, you know, a lot of people recommend children's Tylenol, and can I just tell you, like, Tylenol is one of the #1 reasons that people end up in emergency rooms.
Yeah.
Would you ever use Tylenol?
Okay. I don't have even Tylenol in my house or their house. They asked me, Leaka, I said, no.
Right.
I will figure it out.
Yeah.
And I will do always the oil. And then, like, we steam in the bathroom. I cool them like that. And before we get in the room, I already make the mist going. And by the time, like, 30 minutes, they are so calm. Even if they don't cry or even if they don't sleep, they have that calmness, that security.
Yeah.
Because that's the #1 why kids are, like, so nervous and screaming and all that, because they don't have that security.
Yeah.
And I find this oil give that security without you going crazy, like, what's wrong?
Oh, now, okay, so now that I'm thinking about it, and Earl and I have seen this, there's a tantrum oil. Did you know that? No. Oh, yeah. So I don't have it here, but anyway, you guys can't smell it. It's called Elevation. And we have seen it literally work, right? In like 10 seconds. If they're having a tantrum and it's escalating, it's beyond the reason why they started crying in the first place. Elevation, I just put, and this is another thing about that is in common with kids and babies and dogs and animals sometimes. They know what they like, right?
Yes.
So
They will tell you.
They'll tell you. So I put a little bit in my hand and I rubbed it together and I held it about 6 inches away from the baby's face.
Yeah.
And it just stopped crying.
Stop them.
We saw it at Sailing's office, actually. We did it at Sailing's office. We did it outside of a party, a Hollywood party, because this kid was losing its shit, like, for serious. So, and we happened to have our oils over, like, here, and they just stopped, and we walked away, and they were like, help, you know. So, they're really amazing. That one's a lot of flowers, so it's almost like setting the baby in a field of flowers. And just started giggling and being okay. It's just a completely different effect than medicating. I'll give you some today for being part of our thing. Okay, so the last thing is, what are your favorite books that you've liked to use so far?
Oh my God. This is my evening book.
The emotions book.
Every night
Here, let's get a little closer.
Page for it. And for blending, this is the one I love because it's so easy. It's self-explanatory. You just go to the one you need and it tells you exactly what you need.
Yeah.
And you just go.
Now, don't use this book with any old oils, right? I recommend that you have doTERRA oils with this book because they have to be internal usage grade, and there are a few brands out there, so if you have one of the other brands, this is okay for you to use, but you got to make sure that you're using these top therapeutic grade oils. And this is organized by single oils and also blends and conditions. And it does have a chart in the back here that tells you what's safe to use for kids and babies and pregnancy.
Yeah,
right? So this really helps a lot too. It also has a thing that tells you about how it might be, you know, certain oils contraindicated with certain medications. Has a lot about the science of the oils and history of oils. So this is a really great resource to have. And if you're one of our members, we always try to get you that book at our cost, right? And then, what about this one?
I love this one because literally you just look what you have that day. You open it, it tells you the oils you need.
Great.
You use it, you come.
Okay.
That's so perfect.
We also have a couple of single sheets that we will send to you if you email us at info@malibueo.com. So we have one here that's for pregnancy and birth and baby, and this one which is for childcare. So if you email it to us, we'll send it to you. We are at, like I said, malibueo.com. This is Leaka Sarr. She's one of our mentors. We're so lucky to have her. I mean, she was happy she found us. We were like, oh my God, we're so happy to have found you, right? Because she comes from the world of this is the first solution. And when she's able to reflect back at us, like, yeah, doTERRA is the best that you've experienced as well, it gives us even more security that we're on the right track. We know dozens of brands, but we really prefer doTERRA whenever we can use it.
Yeah.
And if you want to choose Leaka as your mentor, which if you're on this path, she might be a really great choice for you, mydoterra.com/Playa Vista.
And the thing with Cindy, without the doTERRA, she loves what she's doing. And she knows what she's doing. She doesn't take no BS's. It is what it is, and she knows. She's literally like a doctor walking around with oils.
Yeah.
Because it works. It totally works.
Not a doctor.
Yeah. It totally
a good witch.
Yes. That's good.
I'd like to think I'm a very good witch. So we've got other people here that are great at mentoring with your kids. So if you're watching this from, you know, there's somebody else that's shown you this video, then go with the person that you know, okay? So that's a great suggestion. If you don't know any of us, and you're a mom, please choose Leaka because she knows more than anybody, and we will all support each other.
22 years of experience with children.
And a mother.
And a mother.
Very, very important, right? Yeah. Okay, thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.